Hello, welcome. It is such a joy to feel into this practice with you and have this space and time to feed the possibility of connection, to this body, this life. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And as we flow today, we're going to explore one of the 4 heart practices, or the Brahma Viharas from the Buddhist tradition. And the one we'll explore, drum roll please, Upekka. Upekka. That translates to equanimity, that sweet sense of calm that somehow we are all craving. And yet often we can come to our yoga practice and we sit down and we close our eyes, start doing the breath thing, and it's like we're met with all the ways that we're not peaceful. We're met with this turbulent mind, or somehow this aching body. Loud and clear, the volume of that sort of amps up as we slow down. And this doesn't mean that we're just not the kind of people that can meditate, or we're not good at the practice. It doesn't mean that at all. When things are unfamiliar, often the mind tries to protect us from them, but that's more of a reason to lean in. And Jack Kornfield, he speaks to this equanimity. He says, sure, we are all held captive in our minds. And yet, we are made free, and we find that in these little moments. He says, in the moments of hearing a song, or tasting a flavor, or connecting to someone, through touch, or through a breath. And maybe these are small pockets in the big picture of how our life moves. But what these small pockets then ripple out, and how this equanimity has the potential to become so life-giving to all different aspects, to all different circumstances that we find ourselves in, to all different relationships. And so this then is the promise. So big word, the promise of yoga, to spend less and less time in heavy states of mind. And please just honor the fact that you are giving yourself that. Whether today meditation feels fluid, whether the practice feels aligned, or whether we're fumbling through it together, we can't know. But just the willingness to give ourselves over for these sweet pockets of time, to give ourselves over to something other than our habitual mind or our daily patterns, to explore what other inner resources are actually feeding the way that we are expressing, exploring, and meeting the world. So the flow is going to have some fiery moments. Take it, one bite size at a time, and always adjust in whatever way you need to. I say that it has fiery moments, but I think we will see. We will see how we flow. And let's explore, take a deep dive into some presence, the sensations that are right here with you now. So you can go ahead and begin. Let's find just a comfy seat. Maybe that's even on the couch. But find a way to land. You can find the Sukhasana, where the ankles are aligned and the knees can be heavy. And maybe the knees don't want to be heavy, they want to be held. So you can press something under the knees if you need to. And then from there, move through the axis of your spine. And move at a pace that is a little bit more slow, so that as we feel into these pockets of the body, flexibility of the body, we're also retraining the way that we move to maybe open up to some flexibility in the mind. Good. Keep wiggling, moving, feeling. Can't remember who said this, but they said, like, I don't think that people with open hamstrings are necessarily happier people. But maybe this ability to oscillate between the highs and lows of life, maybe that can contribute to our overall sense of wellness. So keep moving. And what I'm trying to say, don't worry too much about the shapes, but keep noticing how you meet yourself while you're here. Breathe in, and breathe out fully. Draw the shoulders nice and high. Breathe up the mouth. Again, like that. Breathe in, maybe pulse the elbows. Breathe out. Beautiful. Hands and knees. Hands come forward. Fingers spread wide. If the knees would like, the toes can stay curled under and then push into the toes or into the tops of the feet. Feel the belly go low. The shoulders pull away from the ears and the crown of the head reach. Now, as you grip the fingertips, imagine squeezing the elbows towards one another. So there's action here. And then with your exhalation, tuck the tailbone, active child's pose, round back. Big breath, flow for 2. Inhale, come forward, live there forward, shoulders away from the ears, crown of the head reaches. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round back. One more. Breathing in and out through the nose if possible. Exhale, breathing in and out through the nose to prepare this air for the body to filter it and to slow it down. Of course, if you have to breathe through the mouth, you do that, and it's okay. Okay, inhale. We're going to reverse the way the spine flows. So now you're going to round the spine forward, push into the hands. And then Ashtanga, 8 points touching. Lift the tailbone, soften the heart. Keep squeezing the elbows towards the side body. Uncurl the toes, hips land. Bhujangasana, gentle heart opener. Tuck the chin. Inhale. Exhale, soften down. Let the breath get a little bit louder now. Inhale, presence. Feel what you feel. Now push through the hands, squeeze the elbows by the side, push into the feet, into the knees, engage the core, slide back. So we're going to flow here a couple times, round forward, inhale. Spine soft, space between, lift the tailbone, exhale, down we go. Inhale, Bhujangasana, chin stays tucked to the very end, light through the eyes. Press into the hands, slide back. One more rounding. Imagine the hands pulling towards the knees. Exhale, tailbone lifts, heart softens. Or your very own flow. Inhale. Slide back, empty, empty, empty. Child's pose. Walk the hands over to the right side. You can go knees wide, toes together. Push down into those left fingertips, and then pull The left fingertips energetically back towards you. Relax through the back of the neck. So tuck the chin and let the head rest. One breath here. Hang on. Good. Back through the center, maybe hand over hand. Reach through the right fingertips. This quality, again, equanimity to strengthen the architecture of the brain that is in favor of your calm, of your receptivity, of your welcoming life. Freedom that's there. Breathe in. Through the mouth, breathe out. Hand maybe overhand. Back through the center. Okay, round forward. Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Head, tips below the heart. Let the head go. The crown of the head. Maybe shake it out. Maybe nod. Who knows what crazy crap is hiding behind the neck. But give it a chance to be cleared. Breathe in fully, fully, fully. Something empties. Exhale. You can step the left foot a little bit closer to the right just to balance out the foundation as you then lift and reach the right leg up. So some of you might bend through that right knee. Just be mindful of any collapsing through the left side. Keep pushing down. And maybe wiggle out the ankle. If this is too much, you can always soften through the left knee. Good. Inhale. And then squeeze those toes or that right knee forward as lightly as you can. Toes land. Anjaneyasana, lower the back knee down. Inhale, hands ripple high. And then bend through the elbows. Okay. So you can shorten your stance here a little bit. It doesn't have to be super long to start, but we're going to pulse. So inhale, heart forward. As you pull the heart forward, you might soften the hips a little. And then exhale, elbows and hands together. Tuck the tailbone around the spine. So again, inhale, open. Exhale, round. So feel the natural calibration, side to side. 2 more. Full permission, not that you need it, but to not have anything figured out. Equanimity is not dependent on our external circumstances. But it says, as things are, they are workable. Exhale. Fingertips land, lengthen the front leg, wiggle maybe the toes from side to side, Ardha Hanumanasana. Okay, bend through the front knee, hands pressed down. Lift the back knee, 3-legged downward dog, as lightly as you can. The right leg reaches up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip, breathe in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Come forward, high plank, right toes land. From here, you can take a breath. Take a breath. Equanimity, not dependent on the shape. Imagine that freedom can find you where you are. Okay, lower the knees down. Breathe in. That might be a bad example. Exhale, soften, soften, soften. Uncurl the toes. Inhale, heart opens. Bhujangasana or full upward facing dog, you choose. Exhale, slide back. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog, left leg, inhale, reach. Bend the knee, open the hip. Jaw still unlocked. Maybe roll out through that left ankle. Breathe into the belly. And feel the belly draw towards the back body as you exhale. One more, breathe into the belly. Feel the belly draw towards the back body. Inhale. Squeeze left knee forward. Push through the hands. Push through the back toes. Lightly step left foot up. Anjaneyasana. Inhale, hands reach. Elbows bend. Inhale, heart forward, open. Exhale, close, hold, and surrender. Inhale, expansion. Exhale. Every inhale, a quality of a restoration. And every exhale, a quality of maybe release. One more, restore. And something released. Inhale, open. Hands land, hips slide back. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Maybe the toes go side to side. There's so many different ways to take this posture. I like to cue it as the back hip sort of roughly in line with the back knee. And then maybe with a tiny micro bend through the front knee, you can start to feel the left hip drive back. And then with that left hip driving back and down a little bit, your jaw doesn't have to do anything. So you can let it go to soften it. 2 more breaths. So that not all the energy is being used up protecting one area, but there's still room for flow even within the intensity of a shape. That inner whisper of, you got this. Bend through the front knee, hands come forward. 3-legged downward dog. Can you push through the hands so much that those front toes maybe hover and then lift? Lengthen, maybe bend the knee, open the hip, shake out the head. High plank, left toes lower. Breathe in. Ashtangasana, breathe out. Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog, or cobra, you choose. Exhale, downward facing dog, soft through the joints. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth. Good, let some circulation flow. Inhale, right leg high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, you got it. Yes, a celebration of how this body moves, tension and sensation included. Exhale, squeeze the right knee forward. Step the right toes up. Keep the fingertips down for a moment and then squeeze the right hand into a fist. Keep the right hand in this fist, but then draw the fist up towards the right side body. Now, push through the feet so much that you come onto first 3 fingers. Fingertips down for a moment. Keep the left hand as it is, but then make the right hand into a fist. And then squeeze this fist into the side body. Push through the feet so much that on the left hand, you come onto 3 left fingertips. And then 2 left fingertips. And then 1. Okay, stay with it. If you need to, lower the back knee down. And then squeeze the left hand into a fist as well. Push, breathe in. Open the mouth, exhale, stay. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Keep the hands as they are. Tiny bend through both knees, still buoyancy. Strong breath. We're going to jolt through the hands. So we go breathe in and then switch. Left hand comes in, right hand extends, palms open. It looks like this. Good, keep going. Circulation through the arms, through the shoulders, through the back of the heart. 5, 4, 3, 2, you got it. 1. Okay, from here, left hand, reach up and over. Good, facing now the side of your mat, turn your toes in. Fingertips reach wide, heart extends, interlace the hands behind you. Pull the shoulders down, open through the heart. Exhale, tiny bend through the knees, hold forward. with the tailbone pressing. You might stay here. If you can, try to keep the palms together. That might not be working for you, so you might let the hands go. Good. One big breath in. Every exhalation, finding a pocket of space somewhere. Okay, release through the hands. Soften the hips, so coming into Skandasana. Softening the hips in one direction and bending the knee. Maybe the opposite leg lengthens, maybe the opposite toes turn up, or you might stay here, and that's okay. If you can, soften through the hips and up through the center to the other side. Maybe the toes turn at an angle, and then the knee keeps pressing back. Press, press, press. Good. One more. Good. Feel into something, not going through the motions, but complementing these shapes with a depth of breath that creates a little bit more space. Walk the hands to the top of the mat. Keep the left hand pressing down. Wiggle those front toes to the outer right side of the mat. Inhale, twist open. As you twist, cactus that top arm. Now again, if this is too much, you can always lower the back knee down. Inhale, heart goes wide, chin in alignment with the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. Exhale, elbow to the inside. Maybe it doesn't quite get all the way down, that's okay. Inhale, flow like this, open. Exhale, soften down. Go ahead, one more. This Shakti or fire somewhere through the body. One more, open. Okay, fingertips land, wheel the front foot back to the center. Yeah, you might rock it forwards and backwards a couple times. Okay, so stay with me. We're gonna wiggle. So those toes, making sure that they're in the midline. And then shift the weight forward so much. You walk the hands forward, the back leg floats up. And then we're gonna bring the left knee to the outer edge of the right foot. And then sit down. Okay, so just finding a seated shape. You might feel all twisted around, and that's okay. I'm going to give you two options here. So the first option is to keep that right knee high and drawing in. Maybe lengthening the left arm and taking a nice twist. Some of you, heat that we created, find Gomukhasana legs, which is an intense situation to find yourself in. So if you choose to stack the knees and maybe fold forwards, let the breath accommodate the shape that you've found and maybe begin to slow down your exhalation. And again, equanimity is not dependent on the circumstance. Thank God. Because life will continue to life. In Krishnamacharya, one of the traditional teachings of this practice, he says, we are so dependent on our comfort. But we have to go deeper than that. Because our freedom relies on it. Our freedom relies on our ability to dive beneath the habitual reactions. So see if in this shape, whether it is a twist or whether the hips are screaming at you, or maybe you've unbound the legs and took a forward fold. But just practice giving yourself over to 5 breaths. To notice in what way you can meet yourself that is beyond a habitual reaction, not good, bad, right, or wrong, but we could call the sensations alive. To thank a moment for being and its lessons, its teachings that will come through. Inhale through the nose. Exhale however feels good for you. Now we, my friends, have one more side to do. So from here, I'm going to turn to orient so that we're facing the top of our mat. You can press through that right leg, wiggle yourself forward, and let's just find a little home base, a downward dog or a child's pose. Lift the heels high, drop them down to one side, the other side, and some of you keen, energetic beings might take a side plank or something creative here. Good. Maybe simply dropping through the knees and wiggling through the spine. All right. Sliding back, lifting the knees, lifting the hips, lifting the left leg. Let the left knee bend. Breathe into the belly. Feel the low belly draw towards the back body, not through force, but just through this natural like vacuum suction through the center of you called a lock or a bandha. One more. Squeezing left knee forward at the very bottom of that breath and step the left foot up. The fingertips land for a moment. Push into the feet and imagine the feet are drawing towards one another. And then make a fist with the left hand. And as you make that fist, push through the feet more, the big toe more. Come up with 3 fingers on the right hand, 2, 1 finger, and make a fist. Left arm or left elbow bends. Squeeze the left hand by the side body. Push through the feet and stack the shoulders over the hips. And scratch the ants off yourself. Okay, from here, squeeze in, push down, and then again, exhalation or kriya through the mouth. We go good, keep going. Let the cells wake up. Shifting lethargy, shifting stagnation. Keep going. Fire, strength through the back leg. 5. Good. 1. Right hand reaches. From here, reach that right hand all the way up and over. The feet naturally spiral until the toes turn in. Facing the side of your mat, I'm going to turn to face you. Tiny bend through the knees. Inhale, sweep the hands up and open. And then exhale, sink through the right knee. Soften the hips, Skandasana. Side to side, inhale, push to the foundation. Good, exhale, be a little bit softer through the spine, maybe through the head. So you can let the hips kind of lift, or you can maybe attempt to keep the hips low. Pushing down through the heel. And the arms can just play. Beautiful. Let's finish. Once again, facing the top of the mat. Both hands to the inside. Lower the back knee down. Take a nice big breath in. Push through the right hand and twist open towards the right side. Yeah, so maybe your back knee isn't down. Maybe it stays lifted. You can bend the top elbow, open through the heart, and then exhale, bring the forearm to the inside of the front foot. And again, it might not get completely down. That's okay. Inhale, open. Exhale, down we go. Can the breath move you? Can there be that amount of attention to the way that these shapes are created? One more. Okay, from here, wiggle those toes through the center, lower the back knee, and lengthen through the front leg. Maybe wiggle the front toes forward a little, press the tailbone back, soften through the heart. Good. One more breath. Lean into whatever it is that's showing up alive and well through this body. Okay, rebend through the front knee. The hands walk forward. Lift the back knee, and then you got to float the toes. Maybe they only float that much or that much, and that's okay. From here, as you exhale, bring the knee to the outer edge of the right foot. Yeah. And then once again, we find ourselves in this shape. A seated twist with some nice heat created through that left side. Maybe the left arm comes behind you and the right arm reaches. You can hook the elbow, lengthen through the spine. Some of you might instead start to stack through the knees. And again, it's quite an intense shape. So moving at a pace that really respects the way that your body is speaking to you. You might stay seated. You might sit up on something. You might take a forward fold with the legs straight. But give yourself a little bit of time here. Fingertips come forward. Breathe in. And soften. Contemplate for a moment the situations or the feelings that feel turbulent, unresolved, or uncertain. And just offer it over to the exhalation. To move beyond our reactive patterns of mind does take starting to discover a new language of feeling. You're giving yourself this opportunity. Slow down the exhalation. The intensity can still be there, but something else is here to meet it. Wow, whatever that something is, that part of you that is not in conflict with life, not running from or towards. 2 more breaths. Inhale and roll up. The shoulders can draw nice and high. This time, shift the weight back. Unravel your legs. Plant through both feet. Hands find the shins. Inhale, come forward. Ripple the heart forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone and round the spine. Inhale. One more like this. Finding a seated shape. Placing one hand over your heart and the other hand. Hold that in. These words from the Bhagavad Gita, the traditional text, words only touching the surface, that is the power of your presence, but a strong reminder. They say what lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within. Let your heart and your lungs breathe into your hands. Naturally, a softening around. Upekka, equanimity that is not a belief, but a deep knowing at what resides within the spaciousness of you. Bring the palms together, thumbs resting at the forehead. May it become clear, and may we be open to recognize and to sit and dwell within the seat of this equanimous heart, Upekka. Release the hands down. Namaste. Beautiful power of your presence. Thank you for giving yourself over. These are powerful, powerful teachings that for some reason we've stumbled upon them. You know, for many of us, it's not a part of our culture or our heritage. And yet here we are, we've stumbled into some real depth and wisdom. All it's doing, its only job, is to open us up so that we can recognize what is already right here. We thank the people, the teachers that have given their life over so that we have these clues and tools and poems of how to reconnect in the truest way. We would love to share more with you. Cole and I will be offering the 4 heart practices in northern Thailand. If this is something that is hooking you a little bit, please get in touch so we can help you figure out how to land there together. Blessings. Until next time, stay well.